Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Thank you as always for clicking play. Today we are taking on Santos at home in the first leg of the Libertadores quarter-final. You can see we've got the league table there. You can see we're all the way down in 13th. You can see that we haven't played as many games as anyone else. So cue another rant. So here we have our schedule so far. As you can see, we played Peñarol in the last video, which was quite a while ago now. Apologies for that. It's just I've just not been able to get to record. We then lost away at Boca 1-0 with a first half stoppage time goal from Enzo Roldan. But we played brilliantly in this game. We really did. We gave them a run for their money and probably deserved a draw out of it. We then played Tigre in the 6th round of the Copa Argentina and we won that 4-0. We then managed to beat Atletico Tucumán with a Brandon Smith goal, and then a 1-1 draw at Lanús with Estudiantes netting. And then we had Peñarol back for the second leg and we absolutely smashed them 5-1. Brilliant performance. Estudiantes got a brace. Fernando Zucchi scored. I then brought Golderson on and he scored 2 as well, his first goals of the season. And then we've had to play friendlies. For some reason, again, it just hasn't scheduled us any league games. So you can see we have not played a league game. By the time we take on Colón on the 17th of September, it will be basically a month since we played a league game. We haven't played a competitive game for 3 weeks. And it's just ridiculous. There's no reason for it. As you could see from the league table, we've got 5 games in hand on some teams in the league. So already, the end of the season is just going to be mental. It really is. And I mean, you consider it's 2022. It's the year of the Qatar World Cup. So we have no games in November or December either. So we've got weeks and weeks there that we've lost to the schedule. We've already got, let's just look how busy this is now, from January onwards. Ridiculously busy. Bearing in mind that the 2023 Libertadores begins in February. So where are all these games going to end up going? I mean, April at the minute only has 2 games in it. I think it's going to have a lot more by the end of it. And I don't get it. It really annoys the hell out of me that it does this. But it just doesn't. It just happens every season, and it's goddamn annoying. But yeah, today then we're taking on Santos. I am expecting this to be the end of the road for us in this competition. You never know. So the plan is that it's going to be not both legs in this video, but we'll do the first leg today, and if it's still alive, we'll do the second leg in the next video. If not, then we'll just fire through a load of games and come back to whatever's available. So, yeah, today we are taking on Santos, who are currently top of the Campeonato in Brazil, joint with Palmeiras, but they do have a game in hand, so it's looking good for them. Let's have a look at some of their players. They've top scorer is, it's not Ferreira, it's Vinicius Popo. Their top scorer. I know that name. Have we played Santos before? I will have to check that. He looks really good, doesn't he? Let's scout him. He's only 21. Have we played them before? Let's see. No, we haven't. Sure I have played Vinicius Popo before. That name rings a bell. He was at Cruzeiro. We probably played him when he was at Cruzeiro. Right, okay, let's get to it then today. Wilson Lamaru, he's refereed us before, I think, in this competition. A couple of red cards and 63 yellows. Vélez have already beaten Flamengo in their first leg. And I think those other games are possibly going on. Yeah, they're all going on at the same time as us. Right, this is the team we've gone with. You'll notice Golderson is in the striker position. And that is because Estevao yesterday got injured with a double hernia. And he's out for 5 weeks, which is not great because we don't really have any strikers in backup. We've got this kid, Gaston Vigna, 18 years of age, brilliant. Showed you him before because we brought him in. Looks absolutely brilliant, really does look good. And I think he will come good if we give him some game time. Unfortunately, he isn't in the squad for the for the Libertadores. So we've got Brandon Smith, who can play up front, and actually looks like he would be pretty decent at it as well. So hopefully if Goldson can score some goals, we might not end up missing Estevao that much over the next few weeks. It's a 4-2-3-1 from our visitors today. Then Vinicius Popo is in attack. I think this, over these next two games, I think this will be the end of our run in the Libertadores. I'll be very surprised. I think the quarterfinals as far as we've ever got, isn't it, so far? So if we could get past it, it would be amazing. We have, of course, been in the Sudamericana semi-final, but I just think this is just going to be too much for us. Santos are a hell of a good team. Vinicius Popo gets the game underway in pouring rain in September. Arthur Gomez bringing it forward. This will just be, you would imagine, the first highlight, but it could be a goal. It looked dangerous for a second there, didn't it? And quite happy that nothing happened there. Gaston Campi to take the free kick forward to Cassini. Now Alexis McAllister. Lovely ball out to Lucas Rodriguez, who couldn't really do an awful lot with that in the end. It didn't come down, did it? It's played into midfield, but Flamenco picks it up. McAllister to Marcel Ruiz. McAllister to Golderson, who does turn and shoot. Oh, it hit the post, didn't it? It hit the post, and then I think that surprised Chavez in goal. But as you can see down there at the bottom, goalless in all three games so far. And Lacunza will take this throw. McAllister flicks on. Ruiz is running onto it. Big looping cross. It's going to drop for Lucas Rodriguez. His shot is blocked. And Jan Sass, another player I know I've come up against before, but obviously not when he's been at Santos. Here is Marlon. All the time in the world for him here. Gaston Campi. Flamenco. So they are not... It looks like they're set with a low block by the look of it. They're not really closing us down at the minute until we get around about their area. But it's worked for them as Bruno Henrique leads the counter-attack, and Vinicius Popo's in all kinds of space, and Batalla has made a brilliant save and denies them the early away goal. Here's Bruno Henrique though. They are coming at us now. Diaz, lovely curling effort, but Batalla is alive to it. Cittadini is going to hit this free kick. It's into the wall, but Arthur Gomez puts the rebound away, and it's first blood to Santos, and we have work cut out already, just 14 minutes in. Racing Club has scored in their game against Internacional as well. It's a lovely finish from Arthur Gomez. I mean, Batalla had been sold by the initial shot. It hit the wall, and the goal was gaping, and Arthur Gomez couldn't miss, and didn't miss, did he? Cittadini with the corner. Nogueira heads away. He is the goal scorer though. Back to Verissimo and Valinos. Diaz, they're dominating everything now. They're just totally outplaying us at the minute. Cittadini to Gomez. Maybe we need to just change the tempo a little bit. We're set to higher tempo. Maybe we need to just try and get some composure, go a little bit slower. Jan Sasto, it could be too little too late, and Arthur Gomez has doubled the lead, and we have a huge mountain to climb now. This is starting to feel like it could get embarrassing. Jan Sass played it in... he had a shot, didn't he? And Arthur Gomez expertly finishes it. Nothing Batalla could do with that. Cittadini with this free kick. He's gone for goal, and it wasn't far wide. Batalla was flying through the air. We've dropped it down from to balanced from positive. We've also gone from higher tempo to lower. Just hoping that we might just be able to keep hold of the ball a little bit. I mean, we've had more of the possession according to the stats, but we've seen very little. We had that shot that hit the post from Golderson. Since then, I've not seen us past the halfway line. I don't know where those shots have come in, but I haven't seen any of them yet. As Arthur Gomez has it here now, and he wins the corner. This is not going well at all. At the moment, the second leg isn't going to be on camera because we are out of this massively at the minute. McAllister out to Lacunza. Come on, boys. Get back into the tie. Get back into it. Golderson. Lovely first touch. Decent second touch as well, but it's a good save. Ruiz gives it out to Lacunza. First time ball in. And it's a free kick. I think Lucas Rodriguez backing into his man a little bit there. You can see the Racing Club are a goal up against Internacional, and the all-Brazilian affair between Palmeiras and Grêmio is goalless at the minute. Batalla then with this goal kick. Nogueira. would be a brilliant time to get ourselves back into this game now. All we can hope to do is salvage a 2-2 out of this as things stand. I mean, yeah, you could tell we've gone slower. They're definitely hanging on to the ball a lot more. Our possession has shot up as well. We're up at 57% now. So I'm hoping this might just probe away a little bit better. And Golderson was in, and that was a big, big chance, wasn't it? And all of a sudden, we're starting to look a lot better. Just a couple of tiny little tweaks, and we are definitely back in the match. But we need to do something about that scoreline. And it's an ugly scoreline at half-time as well. 2-0 down, 2 away goals for Santos. We are dead and buried as things go. We need to, at the very least, get this back to 2-2 before we head back to Brazil for the second leg, because it's just not gone well at all this first half. Assistant manager's just given them a bit of a shellacking, and I am going to say there's a lot more to come. I'm just going to go in there and just let the assistant manager tear strips off, and I'm going to go in there and build them back up. Hopefully they go out there a lot more confident, because since I did those little tactical tweaks, we have definitely taken control of the match. But like I say, it's the initial mistakes, I think, that are going to cost us. My initial tactical setup didn't work at all. Batalla hits the ball downfield. Rodriguez heads infield to McAllister. Ruiz now, it's a lovely ball out to Marcel Ruiz. Hits the early cross, and Golderson's glancing header misses that near post. But that was better, boys. That was not bad at all. And again, we just continue to create some chances, but we just cannot put any of them away. Just under half an hour to go, and I've done a triple threat substitution. So we've brought on Matheus Pellegrini for Lucas Rodriguez, Brandon Smith for Alexis McAllister, and Gaston Paiva into that box-to-box midfielder role in place of Batista Cascini. I really like Gaston Paiva in that role. And incidentally, while I'm thinking about it, Bert commented on the last video asking how tall he was. Yeah, he's 5'4", Bert. As you say, he looks absolutely tiny on the pitch. He's 5'4". I mean, he's going to be the smallest man on most pitches that he plays on, isn't he? Okay, so we've just dropped a demand more shout out with 15 minutes to go, and we've got highlights straight away. So it's either going to end up being 3-0 or we might get a glimmer of hope. The ball played forward to Bruno Henrique from Vinicius Popo, and it's a good block. And Marcel Ruiz, go on, play it over the top, Golderson's dying to get in behind here. Ruiz keeps going now, plays it in for Paiva, drop down for Pellegrini, and we have a goal back. It's Matheus Pellegrini. I think it's going to VAR, and it has been called back for offside. Oh my word, he is not offside. Oh, come on. That is the closest one I've seen yet in the game, and that has just taken all the wind out of my sails. And you can see in all three matches it is advantage to the away team. Gremio 2-0 up at Palmeiras. Internacional have got an equaliser at Racing Club, and we have lost the ball here. Jan Sass to Ferreira. Bruno Henrique hits one. Oh god, I thought that was going in. Coming up to the end of 90 minutes and 2 minutes added on, and it's Santos with the ball, and they just look like they're happy to keep it at the minute. Are they going to fashion an opportunity? It's a great tackle. Paiva to Flamenco, played forward, and yeah, there's just no appetite for us to get forward now, it seems. Lacunza with the header though. Here's Ruiz. Golderson's trying to get in again. Will you play a ball over the top for once, Ruiz? He hits a cross. It's cleared away. He's going to drop for Paiva. Of all the people I wanted that to land at, it was Gaston Paiva, but he couldn't keep the shot down, and it could get worse here as Gaston Campido is fouled, and it's going to finish 2-0. This is going to be the last action. There it is. Oh, I mean, look at the stats. I can't go in and tell them off. I just can't, because it's my fault. I had that set up all wrong. I had the mentality wrong. I had the tempo wrong. As I say, as soon as we dropped back down to balance and as soon as we went to a lower tempo, we just took over that match. And, you know, if the two substitutes there combined, Paiva and Pellegrini, if that goal had stood, we'd be going to Santos. Okay, we'd be needing 2 goals like we do now. But we'd have gone there looking a lot happier. It's my mistake that we're 2-0 down, so I am just going to say I can't fault any of you. It was just one of those days. Oh, have just cost us our Libertadores campaign. The bright side is that we have outperformed the board's expectations for the Libertadores. They only wanted us to get to the second round. We've got to the quarter-final. That's going to take some getting over. I have cost us that. We could have come out of there with at least a draw if we'd have taken the. I shouldn't have gone in there so attacking. I really shouldn't. It's not looking very good at all, is it? We're all the way down there in the league table. We win all those games in hand and we're right back up there. But you've got to win those games in hand, haven't you? And they're going to come thick and fast, like we've seen every season. We're going to be playing 3-4 games a week, especially when the Libertadores kicks off again next year. It's just ridiculous. It's been bad enough every season up until now, but we've got the World Cup in Qatar in November and December. It's just going to be ridiculous this season. It really is. I'm really kicking myself. I really am. Let's go into the schedule then, and let's see what's going to happen. Obviously, now I'm not going to do the second leg because we're not going to turn that around. Santos are far stronger than us. I did expect it to be the end of our Libertadores campaign. I would have liked for it to have not been that bad, but it has been. At the minute, I don't really know because the league table's a lie at the minute. We're not the 13th best team. We're so many games behind everyone else. So all I will say is I'll be back soon with another episode. I hope you'll join me for that one, guys. The only thing that's going to cheer me up is you smashing that like button and getting involved in the comments, as you always do. How big a blow is losing Estavao? Can we keep going without him for these next few weeks? He is not going to be back pretty much. I'm pretty much going to have to go through the whole of October. He might not even be back before the World Cup, to be honest, which would be a real blow for him as well, because I think he would have had a chance to go to the World Cup, but doesn't look like that's going to happen now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Jump in the description for everything that I'm doing, including the Save Our Season and the new little mini-series with Man United, of where we sell all their best players and see how they rebuild. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I am going to go and get over this, and the best way to do that is to smash Colon in those back-to-back games. Let's hope we do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Adios, amigos.